Hi, it's Alana. Welcome back to YogaYin. Thank you so much for joining us. Today I put together a sequence for fertility and PCOS, that is Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. I know a lot of you out there do suffer with PCOS and also high testosterone levels that PCOS brings, and that really does play havoc with fertility. So I put this together for a student with PCOS. She's had PCOS for at least the last 2 years that we know of, but moreover what she does have is amenorrhea, which means the absence of periods. She's getting about 1 or 2 periods a year. So we really want to focus on regulating the period. So if that is your position, it's going to be very good for you. We also want to bring down that high level of testosterone and just deal with the polycystic ovaries as well, and all of the symptoms that polycystic ovaries bring, like weight gain and acne. So I hope you enjoy it. I'd love your feedback. If you'd like a personalized sequence of your own, please contact me either on Facebook or at my email address allanah@yogayin.com.au. Namaste. Okay, so because my student has a bit of a damp constitution and we want to get that moving, this is actually going to be a sequence that is better practiced in the morning, and we're going to include a sun salutation with this sequence. So it is going to be a little bit more dynamic, so please take it easy with this. It will get a little bit of the cardio working, but then we're going to bring it right back down, and sun salutations are very good for PCOS. So I want you to come to the top of your mat and find your Tadasana spine. So I want you to ground down through your feet, pick up your toes and spread them, plant the toes down, pick up the heels and plant the heels down. Good, soften your knees, draw your knees towards one another, see if you can feel a tightening at the inner thigh. Draw up through the sides of the body as you tuck your tailbone under and roll your shoulders back and down. Arms are strong. Good. Bring your weight forward over your toes. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, I want you to raise your arms up and over your head to prayer pose. And then fold forward into Uttanasana and bend the knees if you need to here. Good. Inhale, come up to your fingertips, and exhale, step back on your right leg to a lunge pose, and either hold it here or bring the hands to prayer. One breath here. And then plant your hands down, spread your fingers nice and wide, step back to downward dog, and hold downward dog for one deep breath. Inhale, we're going to come into plank, and if this is too hard to hold, I want you to drop your knees. And then exhale, lower all the way down to your mat, and uncurl your toes, and looking forward straight ahead, upward facing dog, and then back to downward dog. One deep breath, and then I want you to inhale and raise that right leg behind you, step it through into the lunge, bring the hands to prayer if you did on the other side. Drop your hands down, step your left foot up to meet your right, fold forward and release. Inhale, come up to the fingertips. Exhale, step back again on that left leg. Hands to prayer. Inhale and exhale, release your hands. Step back to downward dog. Should feel the backs of the legs starting to open up now. And then inhale, come forward into plank. Drop your knees down if you need to. Lower the body all the way to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Looking forward. And then exhale. Back to downward dog. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, step it through to the lunge. One breath. And then inhale and exhale. Step forward, fold forward, drop your head. And then inhale, take your arms out to the side, up and over the head to prayer. And then down to the heart. So that's one full round. If you would like to practice another round, you are welcome to do so. Just pause the video and go through another round. But for our purposes, my student wants it to be half an hour, so we're going to stick to that limit. Okay. I want you to come to the center of your mat now. The Surya Namaskar is a really good way to just absolutely warm up every area of the body. We're going to step the feet out nice and wide now. Right foot out, left foot back, and I want you to actually twist your hips so that you're looking forward, because we're going to come into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. This is not a pose I normally use with fertility, but it's very, very good for PCOS. So when you're ready, inhale, bend the knee, take the hands up and over the head to Warrior 1, and then exhale, release. Right arm forward, left arm back. Check that left arm is in alignment, and then your gaze is over the middle finger of your right hand. And I want you to just hold it here for another 4 deep breaths. So if you feel like you're sinking in your body, I want you to tuck your tailbone under and then just draw out through the heart to the fingertips. 2 more deep breaths. Beautiful. And then we're going to inhale here and we're going to straighten up that leg. And we're going to fold from the hip into Trikanasana Triangle for fertility. Hand to the hip, other hand on leg if that's comfortable for you, but no weight in that hand. And if you can, bring your fingertips down to the floor. Turn your head to look at the ceiling if that's comfortable for your neck. Raise your arm. Three more deep breaths here. Good, and then inhale, reach up through the arm. Exhale, look down at the foot, and we're going to turn those feet so that the outer edge of your foot is parallel with the mat. And we're going to come into Prasarita Padottanasana. So I want you to drop your hands either in front of your feet, bend your knees if you need to here, don't strain your lower back, between the feet or behind the feet. Inhaling here and then dropping the head all the way down to the mat. 4 more deep breaths here. And then inhale, look up, bring your hands to your hips and come all the way out. And now we're going to come into Prasarita Padottanasana D. So I want you to inhale here and exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, open up the chest. And then exhale, I want you to fold all the way forward, dropping the head. Take hold of your big toes with your index finger and thumb. Weight forward over the toes, bend the knees, drop the head. 4 more deep breaths here. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale, look up. And now we're going to turn those toes out. To the other side, left foot out, right foot back in, and we're going to come into Trikanasana, either with the hand on the leg or the fingertips to the floor, whatever's comfortable. Bring your hand to your hip first, raise your arm, look up to the ceiling if it's comfortable for your neck. 5 deep breaths here. Inhale here, exhale, look down at the foot, and then inhale, bring the arms back up, and we're going to come into warrior. So I want you to bend that knee. Again, check your back arm. Gaze is over the middle finger of that left arm. Tuck your tailbone under. Drop it out of the heart. Good. 4 more deep breaths here. And then inhale, push out through those fingers. Exhale and release. Come all the way back to center. Beautiful work. Turn your toes out towards the corner of your mat. And when you're ready, I want you to just sweep the earth. And let go. A lot of tension held in the body while doing those poses. So I want you to just release it. Sweeping the earth, 2 more. And then gently come back to center. Beautiful. When you're ready, I want you to just focus your weight in the feet. Not worrying so much about posture now, but noticing any changes or shifts in the posture. Bring the tips of your thumbs, the tips of your forefingers together. Place them over your belly. Yoni Mudra. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Good, and then float them open, and we're going to come down to our mat in pose of a child. Okay, so we're going to come into pose of a child, Balasana, and you can either do this without any props or you can do this with a couple of pillows. If you'd like to do it without any props, I'd like you to take your knees out to the side, your big toes together, and then slide your hands forward and rest your forehead, so that the belly is nice and free. I want you to focus your breath all the way down to the belly. And just really allow that parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. Now, if you'd like to make it more comfortable for yourself, grab a couple of big pillows or blankets and then just rest your head however is comfortable for you. One more deep breath here. And then float the eyes open. If you are leaning on some pillows, come off, stretch your arms forward. And then gently walk your hands all the way back to your body and come into a kneeling position. Now, if you find that kneeling is uncomfortable, I want you to grab your blanket or your pillows and just sit your blanket or pillow in between the buttocks and the heels. We're going to focus on really continuing to calm the nervous system down now. So when you're ready, I want you to inhale and raise your arms up and over your head to prayer pose. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the forehead, peel them away at the forehead and all the way down to the base of the body. Inhale and raise the energy. And exhale and release it. Good, coming again. Inhaling. Now if you know Prana Mudra, feel free to close your eyes, practice at your own pace. If you don't, just come with me, inhaling to raise. Exhaling to release. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more round, slowing it right down. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Bringing your left palm on top of right. Tips of thumbs together, hands in the lap. Just notice your breath. Gentle inhalation at the nostrils. And when you're ready, float your eyes open. Good. And just remove that blanket. Okay, we're going to come into easy cross-legged, sitting on the buttocks, or if you prefer, Siddhasana. Pose of a sage, it's completely up to you. Good. And when you're ready, we're going to practice a twist. So I want you to inhale and take that right arm back behind you. And exhale, twist gently over the knee. You can hear the rain. That's nice. Looking over the shoulder. Inhaling, lifting up from the base of the spine. Exhale, twist a little more. And then inhale here and exhale, bring the head back and then the arms back to center. Working to the other side, inhale, taking that left arm behind you, twisting. Inhaling from the base of the spine, exhaling, twist a little more. And make sure you don't lean back into that arm. Keep the spine nice and straight. One more breath. And then exhale, release the head. And release the arms. And come back to center. And then I want you to bring the soles of your feet together. We're going to come into Trikanasana, bound angle pose. Sit the spine nice and straight. Draw up through the crown of your head. And then when you're ready, I want you to inhale and exhale. Release your elbows. Release your head. Tuck the chin in. Fold forward. 60 breaths here. Inhale and gently come back up when you're ready. Take your hands back behind you, fingertips in towards the body. Just open up the throat a little. And then inhale, come back to center. So when we're trying to reduce our testosterone, we don't include a lot of back bends, but sometimes it's good just to counterpose that forward bend. Trikanasana, of course, being really good for fertility and getting the flow of blood down to the womb. Twisting being really good for PCOS. Okay, I want you to come to lying on your back now. Hands over the knees and then just circling. Just relieving any tension in the lower spine. Coming back to center and reversing those circles. And hug the knees into the belly. Now for this part of the sequence, I'd like you to grab a scarf or a strap, and we're going to practice raising the legs and opening them out. Really good for fertility. So I want you to lengthen your legs. Along your mat and grab your scarf. And if you suffer from lower back pain, I want you to bend up the left knee here, foot flat on the floor. Otherwise, extend it all the way and bend the right knee into the body. Place a strap around the sole of the foot. And when you're ready, we're going to extend that leg up towards the ceiling. Taking hold of the strap in your right hand. And then inhale here and open that leg out to the side. Keep your left hand over your left hip. And if you need to bend your knee here, do so. Don't strain. This pose works right into the liver meridian. Helps to balance our hormones. Helps to increase fertility. Good. And then inhale, bring that leg back to center. Take hold of the strap in your left hand and take the leg slightly over the body. Don't roll all the way over. You may find that this pose is a little painful, working into the gallbladder meridian. I want you to just exhale, breathe, release here. One more breath. Back to center. Strap in right hand, leg in towards the body, and then release it. All the way down. And I want you to feel if you can sense the difference between the two sides of the body. Good. When you're ready, inhale and raise that left leg. Bend up the right knee if you need to, if you did so on the other side. Take the strap in the left hand. You're going to find one leg feels easier than the other. Inhale here and exhale. Take that leg out to the side. Breathe down into the belly. Belly is nice and free. And then inhale, come back to center. Swap over your strap to your right hand. Take the leg over the body, but not all the way over. And then inhale, come back to center. Take the strap in the left hand, draw the leg in once more, and then release it. All the way down to your mat. Lie with the arms long beside the body, palms facing upwards. A couple couple of deep breaths here. You should be feeling nice and relaxed now. So we started with quite a dynamic practice. Now we've finished with quite a calming practice, and we're going to end the sequence with legs up the wall. So bring your mat over to the wall and come into the wall from a sideways angle. Beautiful. When you're ready, what we're going to do is we're going to turn and place those legs up the wall. I want you to have a pillow or a blanket under your head just to support you. I want you nice and comfortable. This is one of the best poses for fertility. So I want you to start off with the legs just straight up in the air. Bringing all the blood back to the uterus. And you can place your hands in Yoni Mudra, if you like, over your belly. And if you wish to, you can open out your legs. Nice and wide to Upavista Konasana, Supta Upavista Konasana. Or if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can bring the soles of your feet together, allow the knees to open out to the side. So just choose the variation that suits you best. Feel the breath slowing right down. Beautiful. You can choose to stay here for another 10 minutes if you wish. But to keep the sequence to half an hour, I'd like you to now bend your knees, roll off to one side and make your way back to your mat. Good. When you're happily seated back on your mat, I want you to bring the tips of your thumbs, your forefinger together. Place them over the belly. Breathe down into the belly. Close the eyes if you're comfortable. Taking a sense of peace and calm through with you into the rest of your day. And bringing the hands to Untitled Mudra, prayer pose. Gently bowing the head. Namaste. Okay, so that is our sequence for PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. We've started off in much more of a dynamic fashion than we usually do. That will help shift weight, and it will also help with PCOS. Surya Namaskar, Sun Salutations is very, very good for polycystic ovarian syndrome, as is Warrior. We've come down to the mat to just relax the nervous system so we can deal with any anxiety that is going on, and done some beautiful breath work and also some really nice fertility work to just improve your chances of conceiving. So I hope you enjoy it. Please get back to me and contact me. Lots of people contact me all the time, and I always love to hear from you. So thank you so much. And if you like a personalized sequence of your own, please do contact me at Facebook or on my email address, allanah@yogayin.com.au. Namaste.